Hi you guys. So first of all, I want to apologize because I'm still really sick, but I wanted to go ahead and get sorry, a video up for you guys because things are about to get really crazy and I don't know how long it will be. I probably won't. I have 2 videos to film now, and then I probably won't film again until I get back to the States, which will be after Christmas. But a while ago on a blog, and I can't remember which blog it was, but I'll hunt it down and put it in the below bar, I saw a kind of like tag called the 7 Deadly Sins of Beauty, and I just thought that it sounded so much fun. So I've had it like written in my little moleskin that I keep all of my stuff in for a long time, and I was trying to decide what video to film, and I was like, oh, that sounds perfect. So essentially it's the 7 Deadly Sins of Beauty, and each one has a question that goes along with it. So I'll just get started. I'm going to tag people, but I'll tag people at the end. And I don't think this has been done on YouTube yet. It's like I said, I saw it on a blog, but I thought it would be fun. So the first is greed, and it's what is your cheapest beauty item and what is your most expensive. I grabbed a couple for each category because I thought that would be more interesting. For cheapest, obviously drugstore. 2 brands come to mind. The first is Wet n Wild. I have this is the Knock on Wood trio that looks like this. This brand, obviously, as you guys know, is extremely cheap. I think these run for like $3, and the most expensive ones are like $5, the big 8 pans. So really, really cheap. Also, there's e.l.f. I don't own anything from the regular e.l.f. line, only from the studio line, which are $3 for every item, I think, although some things have changed. But I have the blushing and bronzing duo and one of the blushes, which are all $3. So these definitely rack in at some of my cheapest. This is the blush in Pink Passion. Then for my most expensive beauty items, this kind of shows you the range of kind of my collection to go from the most expensive to the cheapest. Most expensive are 2 palettes. I'm going to start with the cheaper of the 2. And at the time I bought this, I thought that it was crazy insane, but now it actually doesn't seem like that much, which also shows you how bad my addiction is. It is the Guerlain 6-color palette, and this is in the color Rue de Passy, which looks like this. I don't use this as much as I thought I would, actually, but it's hella expensive. I think they run for like $84 in the States. Guerlain's a little bit cheaper in France, obviously, because it is a French brand, but it's still very, very expensive. And then the most expensive thing, not including skincare, because I will shell out a lot of money for skincare, and have, so I didn't really count that. I was talking about just mainly like makeup items, and that is my La Metier Kaleidoscope. Now technically the one that I have that I made would be the most expensive, because as it was not a pre-made kaleidoscope and I just happened to get lucky, I had to pay individual, so that one ended up being $120. This one is the pre-made, and they retail for $95. But this is Silk Road, and you guys have seen this before, but it looks like this. Oh, and there it all went back in. But, so these run for $95, which is extremely expensive, but just like skincare, I don't mind paying out the ass for quality. And, at this point, if you guys have seen my collection video, you guys know I have a ton of makeup, and at this point, if I buy something, I want it to be really spectacular, because otherwise there's no point in wasting my money. So I'd rather save up and spend my money on expensive, high quality items than trying to buy like fillers. Not really fillers, because that makes it sound, anyways. Then buy cheaper products, more cheaper. Well, I can't even speak. I'm on some crazy cough meds too, just to warn you. But anyways, my point is that I'd rather, at this point, I'm quality over quantity. So I'd rather spend my money on a small, high-priced item that has outrageous quality than buy a lot of little things that are of lesser quality. So that is the first one. That is greed. Then comes wrath. And the question for that is, what beauty products do you have a love-hate relationship or were hard to get? I didn't really include hard to get because there wasn't anything that I super hunted for or spent outrageous money. I guess I'll take that back. The one thing that I did spend pretty outrageous money on was, I think this is it, yeah, the Chanel Ombre's Pearls de Chanel palette. I didn't buy this when it came out because I thought I didn't need it, and then I realized that I really wanted it, and by that time everything was sold out, so I paid about $30 over retail for it, so that was hard for me to hunt down. I ended up buying it off of someone on Makeup Alley. But I grabbed two products that I have an extreme love-hate relationship with. And it's funny because one of these items shows up again later in a really positive category. And that is Chantecaille Future Skin. You guys know I love this foundation. However, I have to layer it over a BB cream for it to stay on my skin. I love the finish. The color match is pretty perfect. And as you can see, I've used a ton of this product, but on its own, it just does not last on my skin. And I have dry skin, so I don't really, it's not like I have oily skin and the oil is breaking down my makeup. I have dry skin, and it's like it oxidizes and disappears on me. And this is an expensive foundation. And so, yes, I love it, but it took me a very long time to figure out how to use it. The other thing, some people are probably going to be like, what the hell? Because this is touted as, people have this in, their all-time favorites list and things like that. And I bought it. It's really hard to get a hold of in the States because it has such a cult following. It shows up all over Europe because people don't use bronzers in Europe. But it is the Soleil Tan de Chanel, which comes in the huge packaging. Looks like this. Here's my problem. I have to be super faked tan for this to work as a bronzer for me. Period. If I try to use it now as a bronzer, let me just show you. Can you see how orange that is? It's super orange. Orange, orange, orange. And it makes me look like a fucking Oompa Loompa. And if I wanted to look like an Oompa Loompa, I could buy a cheap sparkly bronzer from the drugstore and be just fine. I wouldn't have to pay, $50-something for a Chanel product. Now, that being said, when I am fake tanned, it's gorgeous. But I shouldn't have to spend an hour fake tanning to get this to work for me. So it is a love-hate because I love it when I'm fake tan. But then I have to take the time to fake tan for this to actually work, and it's just not worth it. The only time I'm fake tan is in the summer if I'm going somewhere. Because obviously, as you guys can tell, I'm about as pale as a ghost. In fact, in pictures, I look like a ghost most of the time. Especially if it's at night and there's flash involved. But we'll just move right along. Because I've already spent 10 minutes and I have 3 more to go. Gluttony is what is your most delicious beauty product. I don't go around eating beauty products. That would be really gross. And if you do, you should probably be on that show Obsessed where they eat couch foam and shit. And should not be on YouTube. But I have 2. One of these I've had for probably 2 weeks and I've probably used half of it. I'm obsessed. And it is the MAC Tender Tone and Soft Note that Jess from Getting Cheeky sent me. And I don't know if you can tell how big of a dip is in this thing. If I put my finger in, it stops about there. And And it was like full, straight across. There was no dip in it to begin with. It smells like strawberry kiwi. It tastes good. It smells good. It's amazing. I love it. Sorry. I have bronchitis with a little bit of laryngitis thrown in for good measure. The other thing is another lip balm, and it's my EOS lip balm. These all are amazing. I love the lemon one. This one, though, is strawberry sorbet, and it's amazing. Also, can you tell what a funny shape these get after I use them? Because I essentially just put them on my lips and then go like this. So it gets this little, like, point where it goes in between my lips, which I just think is funny. But anyways, there's that one. Okay. Sloth. Beauty products you neglect due to laziness. We all know I'm a lazy motherfucker. The first one is toner. Everybody's like, oh, you always have to use a toner, blah, 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 blah. I understand toners if you have oily skin. And yes, there are toners that are made for dry skin too. I'm not an ignoramus. But I just don't see the point. I use serums. I use rose water right after I get out of the shower just to seal in moisture. But I don't consider that a toner because it's rose water. The other thing is contouring. And I grabbed the wrong one. I have a favorite contouring product. It is Sculpt from MAC. But I don't ever do it. It takes too much time. Under certain circumstances, I can see it being useful. I have you can tell. My face kind of goes in right here anyways, so I'm sure this video is getting really annoying for you guys. But anyways, essentially I just don't have the time nor the patience to do that. Really at all. Okay. Lust. Oh no, wait. Pride. What gives you the most self-confidence? Again, perfect skin. If my skin, even if it's not perfect, like right now I have a ton of uneven texture and some funky things going on with my skin. But if my skin looks perfect, if I can fake that illusion, then I feel super confident. I don't really like going out without anything on my face just because I am so pale. I have a lot of discolorations. I have some old acne scars. I just don't really like it. So, my two favorite foundations of the moment, it changes all the freaking time, are Chantecaille Future Skin, but it has to be over BB cream. And it looks perfect. My skin looks like a baby's ass. It's amazing. And Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum. Because this does have it's a gel formulation, so it really sinks into my skin. It leaves my skin looking glowy and moisturized, which is hard to do with super dry skin in the winter. And I just love it. It's what I have on today. But it also has a super long wear, so I can go out and not worry about looking cakey or anything a couple hours down the road. Also, my red lips. You guys know I love to rock a red lip. The one I have on today is actually Murmurings from Rouge Bunny Rouge, which is an amazing kind of ease your way into red color, but I pulled out 3 of my favorite kind of red and vampy shades too, because I love a vampy shade. The first one you guys have seen a million times before. It is the Rouge Automatique in number 170, which looks like this, but when you swatch it, it's a gorgeous deep raspberry. Oh no, I did that the wrong way. Ew. I'm sorry guys, I know you're probably getting really annoyed with me coughing, but I would rather get up a video and cough a couple times than not get up a video. And then I have 2 of my Le Métier lipsticks. I have 3 Le Métier lipsticks. These 2 are my vampy dark shades that I absolutely adore. They're both from the Ken Downing's fall sets. This one is I'm Worn This Way, which is a super dark vampy shade. looks like that. And the other one is Red My Lips, which is a red. But this one is closer to like a, I wouldn't call it a true red. It's kind of a raspberry-y color. So that's what makes me feel most confident. Number 6 is lust. And what attributes do you find most attractive in the opposite sex? I don't see how this has anything to do with beauty, but I guess whoever did this couldn't come up with anything better to do for lust. What I find attractive in the opposite sex, we all know I like my dark chocolate. I'm just going to throw that out there. If you don't know that already, I'm dating an African. We've been together for a very long time. But, and I've always been more attracted to darker skin. Probably because I'm so pale and from the South. But that was probably really racially insensitive. But sorry, you guys. The other things, I made a list. Confidence, but not cockiness. There's a difference. If you carry yourself well, but you don't think that, you know, the sun shines out of your ass, then, you know, that I feel like is a very good attribute. Sense of humor. If you can't make me laugh, leave me alone. I love to laugh. I feel it makes me laugh constantly. Yeah, I like tall guys. I am 6 feet tall, so I don't really like being shorter than any of the guys I date, and therefore, I like tall guys. And compassionate, obviously. I don't like jerks. I'm not into the bad boy thing. I never really have been. In high school, I dated the nerds. I was friends with the nerds. I mean, that's just kind of who I am. I like nice guys. I don't like mean guys. So that's lust. The last one, let me find it, is envy. And it's what items would you most like to be gifted? The things that I've been limming right now are definitely the old limited edition Le Métier kaleidoscopes and the Rupal Patel palette, which I know Panties has, and I die. Pretty much, I didn't even know the brand existed. I wasn't even that much into makeup. I think it came out in like 2009, maybe? Yeah, I think 2009. In 2009, I was in a podunk little town in the middle of nowhere, and there was no way in hell I would have had access to Le Métier, so... And I mean, I didn't even buy my first things from them until I was home in October, so I'm obsessed now, as you guys know. I love the quality and everything, and I'll pick up some more when I'm home, but there's all these gorgeous, gorgeous kaleidoscopes that I wouldn't be able to get my hands on, so it would be really hard for someone to gift me those. And they pop up on eBay occasionally, but essentially, if you didn't get your hands on them when they came out, you're not really going to get your hands on them. But I even have a list right here. It starts here. These are all the ones. I'm going to see if you can see up close. This is a list of all the kaleidoscopes that I want. They're gorgeous. Makes me sad. The other things that I would love to be gifted. I would love to replace my current storage, which you've seen with the IKEA Alex's, just because they are so much prettier and sturdier, and I just think they're gorgeous. And when I move to my next apartment, I think that we are going to look into purchasing one instead of renting for the rest of our lives, and if that's the case, then obviously it will be unfurnished. All of the apartments I've lived in before have been furnished, and in that case, we will buy furniture, and I will probably at that point cave and purchase the Alex. Or let me rephrase that, I'd need multiple Alexes, as you've seen. So, besides that, the only other thing is I always wanted an old school lighted vanity, like Hollywood. I think there's There's a brand called Glamour Girls that does lighted vanity mirrors. And I could have a desk with a vanity mirror on it and be just fine, but I'd love to have a place where I could sit and have good lighting and do my makeup every day. So that is it. I'm going to tag some people. I'm going to tag Rachel, obviously. Although I know she's sick, so she may not do this. But Rach. And Effie from Effie Ken's 24, I think. Is that the number? I'm going to look on my Twitter right now. Is that bad that I don't know these off the top of my head? 34. I was almost there. So Effie and hold on. Nikki from Miss Z Beauty 04. That's her Twitter name. I think that's her YouTube name too. Anyways, I'm going to tag my girlies, and just because I'd like to see what they have to say. But obviously you can all do this. So I'm tagging all of my readers, subscribers, watchers. You don't have to be a subscriber either. Leave it in a video response. I'd love to see what you guys have to say. And that is it. Hopefully I will see you guys before Christmas. But if not, have a happy, happy holiday. I want to thank you guys so much. I've been on YouTube for, I think, about 9 months now, and I'm almost at 300 subscribers, which is about 250 more than I ever thought that I would get to. I'm so thankful for you guys. You guys are so sweet, and I've made so many friendships through YouTube. So, you know, I can't thank you guys enough, really. Like, you guys are the best Christmas present, because you guys not only give me something to do, but give me a place to talk to people who like the same things I do. A lot of my friends, real life friends as we call them, aren't into makeup like I am. And so YouTube has really given me an opportunity to talk to a whole community of wonderful, beautiful people who, you know, like the same things I do. And it's fun to bounce off ideas off of people and, you know, just have fun with it. So hopefully, I will see you guys before Christmas. But if not, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.